Michelle's here, we have music, but I can't multitask the music and make sure that all the things. So hi everyone.
Hello.
So welcome to Talk It Out, Talk It Out, Talk It Out.
We're good at that.
And I'm just going to jump right in. And one of the first things I want to talk about, or actually speak of, before jumping into an update on Jodi's life and just learning some things there, I want to share what Pastor Matt Brown shares every Sunday. And I've been doing it at the end of my lives, but in case people jump off prior to, which is fine, it's all okay. It's not for everybody, and that's fine. I wanted to share this in the very beginning because there's a reason for it. And like I said, I hear it every Sunday and walk out every Sunday of, you're right. You know, you just.
I'm rocking my sweatshirt for church today.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
fill the
First Christian.
We're trying to fill the seats.
Yes.
Everyone's invited.
Come and join.
Sit with us.
Yes. All right. So Pastor Matt Brown, I started sharing it, and I was like, I don't know if it's okay that I just kind of stole that from you. And he's like, yeah, go ahead. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, it's your words. He's like, it's God's words. And I was like, right, okay. So anyway, Pastor Matt Brown, you go nowhere by coincidence or accident. Where you are going, God is sending you. And where you are, He has placed you. God has a purpose for your life right where you are. Christ Jesus, who indwells you, has something that He wants to do in and through your life right where you are. Believe in this, go in His love and in His grace and in His power. So that's not like all He says, but that's the majority of it. And that's what I wanted to share early on because, again, I've been doing it in the late part of it, and
we all need to hear it.
Yes,
we do.
Absolutely.
I have my notebook also. It's from Josh's aunt. They got it for me. It's put on the full armor of God. It's a warrior, and it has my name on it.
Nice.
And so every Sunday I take notes from Pastor Brown. And today I just felt like church was for me. I cried a lot because obviously everyone knows. I mean, we're up against a mountain again, but my brain is kind of in a cocoon right now, right? Floating around. Yesterday I woke up to April saying, you're getting your hair cut? You want me to go? And I thought, thank you, God. Like, it's like she knew. I drove myself. I'm not out of my mind. But
Right,
it's
right.
like, I need people who drag me to get a coffee and to keep doing natural things because that's who I am and what I do. I just want to live. I'll do whatever it takes. But this is God, not me. And I have to have faith in it. I cannot worry every second, I want to make Him proud of me. I took some notes today. And I have to share it because I really felt
love that
like...
you draw too. Like, I can't draw. I can barely write my name.
Oh, no. That's Mason and Haven. They draw your best card. That's Mason's card. Gabby, Riley, Haven. I said, I don't do that. But I do doodle. Fear no evil. You're with me. And it's like, we can't see Him, but He comforts us with His presence. You lead me. Sheep need sheep. We do dumb stuff. God forgives and supports through the valleys and the highest of mountains. Just breathe. Right? Probably the next tattoo on my hand right there. Breathe. Because that's what Josh tells me every day. But today, first thing, O ye of little faith. Everyone read Matthew 6:25 through 34 today. I'm not going to read that to anyone. It's important because today we have to learn that it's His will, not ours. We're not in control. And my tumors have to flee. Yeah. They have to go. Yeah. And so I'm going to fill my time with positive things. We have to.
No matter what.
Yeah. Moment by moment.
And it's not easy. Because when you look at, first of all, by the way, April. Jodi made her come. Yeah. So, but that's okay.
This is totally out of her comfort zone because she does not talk about herself or ask for help.
We're not going to talk about me today either.
But she really helps so many people. Like on the way here, we're dropping off Dexcom to save patients because that's why she's so good at what she does. She has a heart for people. And God uses her. And today I wanted her to be here because there's a lot of people out there that are supporting people that are really struggling. I know it's not easy for her to deal with me because I'm not easy to deal with. And not everybody can handle it, though. You know what I mean? And that's okay. You don't have to handle me.
Right.
She does. And I don't know, Marshall and April are just like a safe place. We always say when we're in the car, we always go to eat and stuff. It's like the time together really is like away from reality.
Yeah.
Because we're laughing and having fun and just, and that's what we have to do. All of us, we deserve the best. Yeah. Everybody does. We owe it to ourselves to spend time with people that build us up and make us feel loved, happy, inspired.
And so when Matt was sharing the passage this morning as far as Matthew 6, what was it, 25
and 34?
Yeah. So my bookmark in my Bible was actually saved to that. So I was like, I had a bunch of highlights on those pages. So I know that was
always speaking to me.
It's definitely
because it's seek first the kingdom of God. Don't worry about tomorrow and live for today. That's my cliff notes for it.
Yes.
Because we do worry about all the things.
Yeah.
And he was saying that really touched me this morning. It's like worrying about Thursday or worrying about that is one thing that I really don't do because I live in the moment right now. I have to.
Yeah.
100%. And it's like this morning as I'm sitting there because I'm human. My nieces are there sitting with each other, the babies, and Atlas is running around, and I'm so blessed to have these little babies that bring joy to us. And Blythe went with the youth after church on a trip to, and it's like, that's what this is all about.
Yep.
Is the kids. That's the next generation for this. And I'm finally at an age where I got to walk it out.
Talk it out.
Talk it out and walk it out. Because, I've had to give up a lot. Let's just face it. I lost my nipples. That was a big one. Have you ever had anyone hand you a stencil and be like, what size do you want? It's like, whatever.
Well, actually, and whenever I was sharing this morning at what time we were going to get on today, Shannon Marie is how she is in the book, but she just recently found out she's got breast cancer. I don't know her personally. I know her because when I did Keller Street, she had attended a party and then she got addicted to Keller Street. She started selling under me. Like, you build those relationships, right? Yeah. And so, here we are today. She has actually just recently stopped selling, just recently found out she has breast cancer and going through some things. And so I tagged her hoping that she does join or at least watches, later on. So because I know she's struggling.
I have to say that, I've been battling since, 21 is when this started. And this past week, again, sitting there listening to someone say something that scares me so bad, But it's different this time. I don't know why, but from the first time hearing those words till now, I'm not the same girl anymore. I do want her to reach out to me if there's anything that I could say or do. I've never been good at reaching out to people.
Right.
I used to talk to Chelsea about it. Like, if you want to talk or you want to walk around the block, text me. I'm a homebody. That's where I'm with my dogs outside barefoot usually, and people
which is funny because you're such a
struggling.
people person too.
But
you're not
so much now. It's like I'm not good at small talk right now.
Yes.
Because my brain is not, and I'm the biggest small talker, right? How's your grandma? Have you had a blizzard? These shoes were $7. And it's still deep down in my soul because I told her yesterday when she was riding with me, when I'm with the people that I love, I fire up. My heart starts beating fast. I kind of have to poop. I'm like, let's go. And then now I'm a vibe person and I don't know anymore. I don't know who I am. I really don't. Because for several years, I never let myself be me, and I kept myself trapped in my own mind. And now I have voices in my head. And so I have to read. I have to sing. I have to go to work. And you know what I mean? Yeah. We have to keep on keeping on. This world keeps going. I don't know the plan for this, but I know it's not going to be easy. And I think that I have a lot of fear. But I do know one thing, that he hasn't left me. I've never felt God so much as in these moments of clinging to whatever he has to give. It's the prayer from the people. Thank you so much for all of the people, because it's what guides me through these hallways. This week, when we got there, nothing felt the same. Josh and I have both been sick 2 or 3 times since Christmas. Mason was sick 3 times. Haven is the strongest girl I know. but she did get sick and brought the crap into the home. I'm gonna blame her for that. Anyways, what was I saying?
You and Josh in the hospital?
Yeah, we didn't have our flights, and we didn't have our rooms, and they were like, it's the Houston Rodeo, and we're like, oh my goodness, we've never heard of the Houston Rodeo. And they're like, well, it's all downtown, and there's no hospitals, there's no rooms and all this stuff. And so I reached out to my caseworker who just like makes sure people that are traveling are taken care of and everything, and she was like, I told April, I go, I can't worry because we're not staying in the same place.
Right.
Like, I'm a creature of habit. I like our hotel. I like we know the people kind of now.
Right.
But it's okay if we don't sleep at the same place. And I'm changing, because used to, that would have really ticked me off, or I would have, like, thrown a fit about it. So it was like 4 or 5 days, and Josh was still like, have you heard? And I said, yeah, we're at Hampton Inn. And he was like, okay, and I was like, oh man, I'm proud of myself. I didn't overreact on this. Remember I told you that? And then the day comes, she calls, she's like, Jodi, I just want to let you know, we don't have any, what was it, contract or something with Hampton Inn. You're going to stay at the Doubletree.
Oh, bonus!
I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you God. Like, we're going back to, our place. And then when my main doctor that did my back surgery, we love him so much that I actually bought Josh boots like him for Father's Day, because it's like I said before, his dog's name is Hank. He listens to him, like all the things. He's not there because he's on spring break with his family. And so we started into the scans the first day. And when I went in, the guy goes, at the end, good luck with everything. And I walked out and I was like, oh. And Josh was like, what? And I was like, he just said good luck with everything. And he's like, and I go, no, they don't do that. I knew right then. Something's up. But then I was able to walk, and we weren't taking Ubers. The weather was 80. We were, looking for gluten-free ice cream. That was fun. We found it. But what I learned about myself is I didn't go buy shoes. I didn't go to Biore. I didn't walk in Lululemon.
That's a big stuff.
It is. I went back to school this week, and my class was like, Mrs. Jeralds, we took a bet that you'd come back with new shoes. I was like, I gotta tell Josh I just gotta go to Dillard's tonight. Because it's not about the shoes now. I'm shifting. I'm materialistic. I don't know if it's because my parents weren't. They weren't. We worked in the garden. My chores were literally what my hobbies are now, right? Gardening. Because that was important. That's how we ate. My dad had a way, and that's what we did. And if I shucked a bushel of corn, I could go with my friends or break the beans or whatever. But a lot of good conversation and memories and discipline came from that, you know. My kids don't have that, It's a little bit different now. But I just know I have to keep living. And I have to keep my mind hopeful. And I don't know what that looks like, because like Church said this morning, it's like step by step, moment by moment right now, because my brain is not like, I'm very protective of my energy, who I'm with, what I do, or I don't really do much.
No. And that's why I said on Facebook, you hide things so well. I think that's easy for a lot of people, honestly.
Right. Well, it's a real, right?
Right.
I like to live in the darkness.
And so when people are like,
That's what Church, I put a box around that. Why do we like to live in the darkness? Well, because we can't see the dust on the floor. Because we've already mopped.
But it's just so easy to look good on social media when in the real world,
because
really
it is
not.
your highlight reel,
Right.
right? It is you wanting to show those things that make you happy, that you want to reflect back on.
Right.
It's for me, really. It's not for anybody else.
Well, and honestly, and always talk about this. People ask me about the Talk It Out and what made you start it and whatever. It's a therapy for me.
Yeah.
It honestly is. And it's a free therapy for me,
And it helps people.
It does. It more so than what I realized, because even, I don't know if you saw the one, we had Jill Wilson. I had Jill Wilson. She's a nurse practitioner, and she used to be one of my providers, and still stay in touch with her. And after she got done with her, and she felt like that nobody ever reads her posts, and nobody this and nobody that. And she's like, and then you reach out to me. And I'm like, because your crap hits me. Like every single time you post something, I'm like, you're real. You're a provider and you're real. Like, you know. And so when she decided she would come on here, I was so grateful for that. And then when she got done, a couple days went by. Actually, that episode actually ended up touching more than what I thought. More, at least one good person, and that's all to me. That's all it means.
Yeah,
that's all you have to have. And it was an extra special person that it really hit, and I was just surprised. And so when I reached back out to her to let her know, she was just in awe. And she's like, listen, if you ever want me to come back, you just let me know. Yeah. She's like, you know, and I told her, I was like, oh, you'll want to come this Sunday if you want to come. She's like, my girl's got volleyball. I'm like, okay, well, you're going to be missing out on something good. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, it's just a therapy. So it's just being real. Like when April came in, she's like, so you're live, right? We can't edit anything. I'm like, nope, can't edit a thing. It's live. And that's what I like too, because it's real. Mm-hmm. Like it's raw. That's the best.
And that's what the people want. I mean, I don't want that.
That's what I
in those Jodi blue jeans to be showing that fat roll because those jeans are popping back. Like for real. That's what the people want. I mean, really, we can't hide stuff. I can't hide anything.
No.
And that isn't always good.
Yeah.
Right? Because when I get fired up, it's ugly.
Yeah.
And I'm really working on that. I have to get control of my mouth. I don't know if the Lord's going to ever bless me if I can't stop cussing. It's bad, isn't it? Sometimes.
Better.
It is better.
Okay. There's, it is what it is. So.
I know. It totally is. Let them, let me.
That's right. That's right. Let them, let me. Totally. And I mean, and that was one of the things that started this too, having my conversation with Michelle. And I'm like, how is it okay? Because I still struggle with, I mean, I've gotten better, but I still struggle with understanding how it's okay to do wrong and then be forgiven and then turn around and do it again and then be forgiven and then turn around and do it again and be forgiven. Like, how is that?
Because
like,
we do it.
We do it all the time. All the time.
Well, then you're hypocrite.
But I mean, it's nice.
But you're not, because you're human and you live and you learn.
And it's nice to see those people.
But you have to change along the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
You've
it's
got to be willing for that.
we do things over and over and over again. But as we do that, we grow and stretch and learn and hurt and cry and beg and plead and grow. I mean, I am not the same person. I'm not. I miss her sometimes because I know my husband does. I know my husband misses her. But he hasn't been cooking lately, and he promised. When we got married, I didn't have to do that. I'm mad about it.
Wow, you may want to find a new one.
I can't, no. Nope. Feel dead.
Well, I asked
right
if he
here
was
on my
coming.
neck, that tattoo we said, we're getting stuff on our neck.
I asked if he was coming today, and he said he had to work.
Yeah, he had to work. Somebody's got to bring home the bacon.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I know.
It's adulting
So let's talk
sucks.
about April for a minute.
Okay, let's talk.
Because she hates it.
Yes. No.
She does. The reason is because when you have someone close to you go through stuff like that, she goes through her own stuff quietly. You're right? And so some people,
Look at her looking at you.
she gets
like,
nervous
what
because
is
she
going to
does
come out
not.
of her
Tina
mouth?
doesn't
I
like
never
this.
know what she's going to say.
Because Tina doesn't like this either. But think about April and all the people that came together to put together a day about me to provide the best care to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like the tumors, lesions that are fleeing in the name of Jesus
Amen.
would not be even seen right now because there's so little that cannot be biopsied. And if the medicine was working, let's just get to the nitty gritty right now. In December, they show us our scans every time. And they
So
line
let's
them
back
out.
up a little bit even more. So,
Okay.
So cancer started when? So let's just do a briefing
February of 21.
Okay.
And I had double mastectomy April.
Okay.
Hysterectomy. Well, no, I had 28 rounds of radiation first, and then I did hysterectomy. Okay. Then I had reconstruction surgery. Okay. So I had like 5 surgeries in a year's time, and my brain really did change a lot then. I mean, as far as remembering things and stuff, I told her I wear my purse as a normal outfit because I can't keep track of anything. But for a year or two, I kept saying to her, like, I just really didn't feel like it was gone. They said it was, but I knew in my heart for some reason. And she would say, don't speak that. And I would be like, I know it. I felt it.
You can't help it.
I never dreamed it would come back like it did in April 24, picking up Hank, back breaks, lay on the couch for 3 months, right?
Right.
But look at me. I mean, my goodness. I'm so proud of my body. And honestly, I started working out in January because I owe it to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And Brent Brothers knows what he's talking about. I told her. I was like, I want everybody to come because it's like, he knows. He does. And I don't like to small talk. Really, I don't talk that much. We are there at 5:45 in the morning. But it's like been good for me and Tina because we're so opposite. We don't have a lot of things that really, the older we get, yes.
Right.
Right?
You grow.
Sisters, though. And it's so cool to see her because she's like double the weights and double the this. And I'm like smacking her butt and she's looking at me and I'm like, because it's fun, because Tina's the same way. She doesn't talk about herself. Right. And she's so strong and so the people in my life, I have to have people that can look at me and say, cut it out. I hadn't seen her for like a week, right? She was in Mexico and then I went out of town.
I guess I could have done it for my watch. Sorry.
What I'm trying to say is, though, April and I, we had like something that we've been working on together. And I'm like, dude, my brain's not working. And she's like, you better figure it out. You better get your brain working. And I'm like thinking, oh man, how? Because she doesn't sit still. She's always working and going and doing. And so because of the materialistic part of me, my husband is getting really good at telling me no at stuff.
Rude.
I know. I'm like, I have a job.
I work too. I bring out some money.
So, but the bottom line is that we like to buy stuff. We're trendy right. And we like to do all that stuff. And so we are starting an online consignment shop. Yeah.
Look at you.
And she has built it from the ground up.
Nice.
Yeah. We got a Shopify store, so we can't wait because we want everyone to clean out their closets and call us on the phone and make money, plan a trip, pay a bill.
Right.
Make a savings account. My stuff, we have had so much fun doing this because we're not in a hurry because it's God's plan. It's an outlet for us, right?
Yeah.
As if she needs
a distraction too, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
Puts our focus other places.
It does. And so the website, it's so funny because when we meet together and she like talks about it, because it's all online. Because that's how many people are taking pictures of all their stuff at their house.
Right.
And you're on your couch going, yes. Like nobody wants to really go to the store. Personally, I do. And our dream is to be downtown in Carterville.
Yes, it is.
It is. Because we want to bring clean stuff,
We've been talking to a couple people and we've looked at a couple places and I said it's so weird because we mentioned this last night and Jodi was like, we should talk about the store. But I did get a text this morning about another building and they're talking to us about it. So we'll see where it goes. But for right now, online. And it's going to be so cool. We're going to have the best time.
That's awesome.
It's reasonable prices, name brand things.
The name of it? Swanky
Revel.
That means bougie joy because we're bougie and we like to shop, but we can't afford it or we don't have enough space. And it feels good to like clean out your closet and make money off of it. And some people don't want to take the pictures and do all of the stuff, And so we have turned her basement into our store.
Nice.
And we spend time down there, like, talking about it, taking pictures. And, I mean, God's in control of it. 100%. Definitely. I'm so excited to launch that. Because we can't really have a store right now. We both work.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But there's a lot of people out there, like the resale. We have so many cool things sitting in our closet that nobody is wearing anymore.
Everybody does, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, I've got a thing that's sitting right now that I had posted some jeans and some stuff too that I end up just taking it to Goodwill or actually to Renew is where I end up taking my stuff. But
and we want to do that too. Like we want to be able to give back to the community.
We're still
to the people of
Absolutely.
We don't want kids to go without clothes. So if there's kids that need something, we can always work together to do those things
Absolutely.
as well.
It's kind of like God has been giving us this because it makes us smile.
Yeah.
The whole time. It's like when we go into we say we're going to the store, we're going to her basement, into that. And it's like so cool to see it coming to life,
Like my studio?
Yes. It's what it's all about, right? It's like eventually I see myself downtown because I'm not going anywhere. I keep praying, please. Just let me sell plants downtown barefoot where people can pick a t-shirt out on the wall and be like, it's my best friend's birthday, I need a present. Right?
Gotcha.
We want to do all the things.
Absolutely.
But back to the cancer thing.
That's what we really came here for. So then
is I went and got my scans, went in and to 2, right? I didn't bring my medicine, so I'm without Xanax in the tube, which I'm like, why did I do that to myself? And then I'm like, but I knew I could do it. I've had to do it before. I'm laying there for 50 minutes inside of a tube.
Sucks.
I pray and sing. Because I'm okay. I'm going to be okay. Even if what's the worst thing that's going to happen? I have someone who taught me that a long time ago, right? I would see my dad in the Lord. My kids are bigger. I'm proud of who they are. They're good people. They're strong. They would be okay, but they still need me.
We don't claim it either, right?
Right. We're not
Believe that
owning it. I believe I'm going to be healed. And we're speaking. God has put so many people in my life, okay? Like Cassie Puckett came over and talked to me and asked if she could pray for me before I went to MD Anderson. And when she came over, and I think I talked about this a little bit last time, she brought me scripture, okay, that were healing scripture. And she's like, you need to put these on your mirrors. You need to be reading these scriptures, whatever. And they sat by my bed, and yes, I read them, but I didn't read them like I should.
Right.
Okay?
All guilty.
But that's all in my mind. Okay? So while we're at the doctor this last week, we went to these scans. I hadn't been able to eat, and I'm like, I love Chick-fil-A, sugar-free lemonade, and sweet tea. It's my thing. And so I'm like, Josh, I want to go to the cafeteria. And he's like, Jodi, we're in the Maze Clinic. I don't care where we're at. Like, I want to go, right? And he really wasn't happy about it, but he doesn't. He told me no sometimes, okay? But he didn't with this. So we get down there, and it's like we got our stuff, and it's such a busy place. And this guy came up to me, and I had on this Lauren Daigle t-shirt, and he was like the janitor with this big empty can. And he was like, I was going to pinch you, but then I saw your sweatshirt. And I had a sweatshirt wrapped around my waist, and I was like, oh, well, I did this for people like you. And he was like, can I talk to you for a minute? And I was like, yeah. He's like, how are you?
And you don't know who this is. I don't know
this man. And me and Josh just sat down because he's kind of annoyed that we're here, because it's like, we're in Houston, Texas. Let's do a barbecue. Nope, I want to go to the hospital cafeteria. I know. Happening place. Yes. I think the guy, he turned around and was like, stop calling this your cancer. And it's like he knows that, because I say that. I say cancer all the time. I pray to not let it define me, but I still call it that. And it's like, no. And then a friend yesterday, Kim, no, we're not accepting it. It's not going to be here, right? And what he was following it up with scripture in Ephesians and 2 Corinthians, and he was backing it up by saying, speak these words, say these healing scriptures over yourself every day. And the difference is that you believe in your heart that God's going to do it. You don't just say a scripture. You don't just say, I'm going to pray. No, you really do it. Like you really. And this morning at church, it was like our communion focus this morning was for me. I felt like, I hope other people felt that too, but it was like, how many devotions do we have? And how many things do we have? And we don't take the time, and it's boring, or we get distracted.
Right.
Absolutely. But it's like, I feel like I'm being called to, I'm thirsty for it. It sounds kind of weird, but it's like the way that this morning I'm looking over my notes, and I'm like, everything I've taken from that I have the dates on November 10th, like whatever, it all reads different to me right now.
Right.
Because I really think he is speaking to me very strongly that this is his story, not mine. This is not about me. I'm a vessel, right? I'm just here for as long as he allows. But I truly feel like that April and we want to give back. We want to help. Like I have her here because there's other people that reach out to her that their friends have cancer, and they want to support, and they want to be the rock that she is for me. She helps people. Mm-hmm. That's what she does in her daily job and in her normal job too. And
that's what we're all called to do.
Right.
Really.
But not everybody has that mindset, though, which is crazy.
It is, because it gives me the most joy. And I don't ever expect anything in return. I just like to help. And like Chrissy Hollister, I think the same thing.
Is so good.
And she never has intention on wanting anything back. It's just the joy, giving back to other people.
And not everybody can always do that, too, And I mean, and so if you're blessed to be able to do that, why not? Because it does make you feel good. Yeah. Like, I would love to be able to be done with my real job and focus on this 24/7.
Yeah.
Well, I would have loved when I was a kid, when I lived in a trailer, to be able to go to a consignment shop and get name brand things. And
absolutely. That's what I did. My mom and that's what we did. I used to hate that as a kid, by the way.
I didn't. I mean, we went to Walmart.
I'm just saying, we were at a yard sale or at a flea market when I was little, because that's what. And now, like Owensboro, Kentucky, like where my family all was from, they have the best resale shops. It's like, I just want to go spend the night in Owensboro to go to all these shops that we need here. We don't have anything. Come on.
My favorite thing growing up, because, you know, we had chores, and as long as we did the chores, then we would get so much money, like a month. But we had to save that money, because then when school was about to come around, money that we saved is what we used to go shopping with for new clothes, for back to school stuff. And I mean, it was just so, like, that was just a big deal. And I don't think our kids, they definitely don't get that crap today, you know, at all. But I mean, that was just something you worked to save.
Yeah.
I had to save for a silk shirt from Lerner for 2 weeks.
I used to work at Lerner.
Okay, so you know. And it was like, what, $20 probably? But that was a big deal. And my dad worked. My mom never worked because her job was us. That's how I was raised.
Jeans, red Guess jeans with the patch on the butt.
Yeah, my bestie, one of my besties, Mandy Rose. I love her so much. She knows I do. She had every cute Guess outfit that there was in it.
That was Megan McCann.
Guess USA with her butt with the triangle, and my mom could not buy me Eastland shoes. And she would try to buy me at this resale shoe place in Beaver Dam, Kentucky, which I love Beaver Dam, and this is why I want to resell everything. Is that there's so much life still to give and stuff, right? And it's not about the things. I know that. And Mandy could care less. It's hilarious. Because things don't matter to her either, right? What a voice Mandy is.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like God has put people in my life that speak truth and that are very successful, really. You know what I mean? Like all my friends, I tell April all the time, I just want to be her assistant. I can order Starbucks and she can go in and order stuff. Yeah, but we're not going to because we're going to now go viral with our research.
Mandy truly is inspiring.
Oh, Mandy's amazing.
I was telling her today, I told Jodi, I was like, I texted her because the Let Them book really spoke to me about her. And I kept bringing it up. And it's like, because for years I feel like she backed out of things because, you know, like she moved to Nashville. And
well, she was successful, and in small towns, people can't always handle people being successful.
Absolutely. We've talked about that before we got on
them for nothing.
But when you watch her videos now, and she's like, shows you how successful she's been and how she's built these businesses that are 6 figures. She did it by working hard and saying, let them.
Right.
If you don't like what I say, or if you don't have to watch it.
And
which is not easy, though.
No,
right. And it's funny you bring her up, too, because she actually reached out to me because, again, still not 100% sure with this platform, but obviously I feel it's enough that I've purchased,
merch.
You know, like I'm doing things that's shouting it out. I mean, but I still don't know what.
Every day you're doing.
But nothing happens right now.
Right.
It has to be a process, right?
But then my mind goes, but I can't afford, or not that I can't afford it, but I just don't want to throw the money out there yet.
Right.
You know, I mean, and not saying that she's not worth it, because I'm sure she definitely is. It's just like, am I ready for that yet? I don't know.
Because it's the commitment in your own mind.
Absolutely.
It's like going to the den to work out.
Right.
You know, and Josh goes to Rise, and everybody, we support Carterville, right? But here's the thing.
We support a lot of people.
We do. We mentally have to be committed for it to work. Mm-hmm. Right? So it's like, in order for you to buy Mandy's thing, then you have to know you're going to allocate this amount of time to go towards that, or it's not going to work.
Absolutely.
Well, and that's the people selling that, they want you to do that. They want you to be invested so that they can watch you grow.
Absolutely. Right. I mean, there's a reason why they're doing it. And I mean, 100%.
But it's inspiring to show you that you can do it.
Right.
You can do it. You just have to do it every day. Like the book says, show up every day. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get up.
Well, Ellie started.
No one's going to do it for you.
That's right.
I'm so proud of Ellie, too, because her presence online, she is so good at. But she has both of her parents. Like, both of her. Yeah, it's in my car.
Stark?
Yeah, do you know her?
What's Berkey?
She is a beautiful soul, and she has really taken me under her wing. Really, because she has this, her parents both passed away of cancer, like back to back. And the grief that she had, and she still has, and she has to go through her mom's house and stuff. And she has a fiance who lost a family member also to cancer that she took care of as a caregiver. She's just a caregiver. Mm-hmm. And she got this water filtration system, and she started offering it to me. And here's the thing. There's a lot of things out there, right? But water's water. You gotta have it.
Right.
And at first my brain doesn't really try to shift very good. I got glass bottles. I started going over there to Ellie's every Sunday and filling up. And it's like hydrogen, right? Water. It's
Different pHs.
yeah. And it does, it like now, and Ellie, I'm not going to try. I don't know if she'll watch this or not. I hope that she does, but I don't want to butcher it. But you change the numbers to your face wash, your bathroom cleaner, right? And then as those levels rise, my toxins leave, right? So I try 4 gallons of water a week of that. I haven't been doing. And she's like, I'm putting this water outside your house behind these bushes. Get your butt in here. And it's like, it's real because it's like, we have to drink water.
Right.
All the stuff that we eat and stuff, like that's really where we're at right now. Ellie doesn't sell the water, but she makes these inflammation teas and stuff like that and gives them to me because she knows I'll chug it like right away. Because there's so much into what this world is full of.
Right.
Crap.
Yeah.
I'm a teacher who loves to give Skittles. Kids will almost do anything. It's like unit test. I'll give you a Skittle for every question, and they will get them right for 5. Skittles are killing us.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm serious. Like, now that I'm looking into this, and Haven's like, Mom, oh my gosh, you are too much. You cannot do this about everything. And I'm like, kids have ADHD. They're on technology 24/7. We're standing in front of them trying to keep their attention and focus, which is really hard to do, by the way. And so you have to have Skittles and stuff, right?
Right.
But it's like for kids that chemical is in with that, then they're on the floor and we're wondering why, and I just give them 5 Skittles. But nobody wants a pretzel. Nobody wants a pretzel.
It's so funny. Went to watch my nephew's baseball game, and Paxton, my other nephew, was lit up. His lips were so bright red, like blood red, because he was eating red Starburst, red this, red Gatorade, whatever. And he just could not settle down. And Darren was like, dude, do we need to go to the bathroom? He's like, oh, why? Just because I looked at each other. And then she's like, I swear it's the red dye. It's the red dye.
I 100% agree with you, Jessica.
So she's like, I swear, like, he'll be fine. I'll give him a Swedish fish, whatever. And then, like, all of a sudden, he's just, like, wound up. She's like, it's got to be the red dye. And
and
he was red.
Had that on their allergy thing, was red dye.
It's crazy.
Like 2 years ago, I had never had
It's
that.
in everything. Like I had to tell her about this gift that I had read that said the average person consumes like 555 chemicals every single day, just by what you are wearing, putting on your face, washing your hair, your clothes.
You take it for granted.
Breathe. You do.
Yeah.
You really do. And it's like you're fighting against the world too. So not only are you fighting against this disease, you're fighting to know what to put into your body to heal it and what to take out.
Yesterday.
Yeah, it's just, it shouldn't be that hard.
Right.
Because now, guess what? My legs are dry. I have no lotion on them. Bath and Body Works candles.
Lotion.
Oh, like twitching. I want them. Like, I'm like giving up everything. But it's like bad for you. What are you supposed to do? Coconut oil. You know, that comes in the little tub.
Kelsey started using that. She actually, I did it for the longest time. I need to go back to it.
It's just,
I do think it helped.
So when I actually think about the cancer and how it started, because we really don't know. They say it's not genetic. That's what they're saying right now, which it could change, but that I acquired it somewhere. Okay, so that's how I'm always like, we're always having these talks, because I'm just like, okay, well, at night I read to go to sleep. Well, I have a loopy, right? So I drop it. That's how I sleep. So it sleeps here. It really did. For years, my phone slept like under my boob, side boob, with my charger. I'd wake up on it. It'd be hot. Is that maybe out there? Maybe. Could be.
Right.
But I don't know.
Well, of course, is what they say talking on, the brain tumors.
And then now it's like, okay, well, it was in the lymph node right here. Well, then how are we not tracking this better? Like, I want, and I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just saying, even MD Anderson, when we would say to them what I had been through, they're like, it's not protocol for that. I'm like, well, it's called population control. So we better speak out, right? Because we're not going anywhere. We've got to keep fighting. I'm really down right now. And I don't mean to hide it. I tend to pull away from my mom and sister. I never mean to. But I don't want to hurt them. I know it hurts them for me to hurt. And so I try to just pull back.
But you're usually the strong one, too. So.
Well, they're strong in their own ways, right? It's when it comes down to when I hurt, I kind of shut down in a way. Haven's like, you can't always stay at home. I'm like, yeah, I can.
Watch me.
I mean, we got a new recliner yesterday, and I was so excited about getting it because my last time I was sick, I had a chair that I wore out, and that's what we're missing. So I kept going to bed, and Josh is like, it's 6. I'm like, I'm not comfortable. So yesterday we went in Anderson's, and it had like something on the one I liked, something on the back of it. And they're like, well, they were really nice, but I didn't even look at the price. Because I didn't. When you're looking for chairs, you're like, oh, and then you sit in and you're like, no. And then we did that a lot. And then we left and came back. It had an imperfection on it. This is crazy that I'm bringing this up, but I feel like I'm supposed to for some reason. We don't know if we can sell it because we don't know what that is at first. And I prayed because I'm just like, God, my leg hurts. Like, I just got started a new med, a double shot to the butt on Thursday, and I have had the leg cramps, toes cramping since. And I just need somewhere cozy. They came back and gave it to me for $700. Well, to me, that's a lot of money still. But I didn't realize I had picked out a $1,200 recliner because Josh never told me because it was like,
all he wanted was
he just wanted me to be comfortable, right? Yep. And so it's like everything in my life. We buy a car, not even my turn to get a car. It was Josh's turn. But we were sharing a car. And we come home with it, and I love it. It's beautiful. But it has my door. It's bubbled. I don't know what is wrong. I don't know if someone tried to paint over it. I don't know how he didn't notice. We spent a lot of money on the car. The door, something was wrong with. Okay? I walk out of the nail place. It's messed up. And I'm like, I get it. Nothing's perfect. I try to live in, if I do this, if things are a certain way, and I would drive myself absolutely insane to try to make it that way, you know? And now, give me the recliner with the imperfection. I don't care.
Right.
My dog's going to scratch it when I get home anyways. Right. What's your bottom dollar? And it worked. I'm happy. Go to Anderson's. It opened up a whole new area. And when my legs hurt, I'm short. Like, I want to just get it. And they have a whole new area. And I'm like, Josh. And he's like, we're here for a recliner. We're here for a recliner. And they had a double love seat rocker recliner to match the recliner.
I really wish Josh could have been here today.
We were sitting in it, rocking back and forth, waiting to see. And I'm like, how much is this stuff?
Know Josh.
I said to the guys, I go, how much is this stuff in here anyways? Because I really wanted them to tell me. Josh says I'm a horrible salesperson. I show them my cards right when I'm buying a car, and then they like play me like a... And so I'm like, he's always like, shut up when we go in here. So I'm just rocking back and forth, and loyalty is big to Josh. His tires are going to get rotated at the same place. His oil changes, and I'm like, I'll go wherever, because whatever, right?
Whatever's available.
Not him, so... The guy that was standing there was really nice, and I was talking to him about it, and Josh is like, we're with her. And I'm like, I'm with Anderson. Like, I'm here to get a recliner, you know what I mean? I'm like, how much is all this stuff? And the guy's like, well, there's always a sale. I'm like, well, where's the sale? How much for this and this? Well, when he comes back, when you think about adding a protection plan, tax, and all that stuff, I mean, it's another $500.
Absolutely.
So I sat there and I was thinking about it, and I was like, we'll take the recliner. My deck's shot. And Josh's whole mouth dropped. He goes, what? I was like, I just want to get the recliner because I really want us to build the deck this week. He was like, I could tell I was growing up. We didn't spend $3,000 on furniture. I was thinking about what brings joy. My deck. I need a recliner. I don't need all the extras, what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Like, it's always, I feel like for the last few years, especially since COVID, I don't know why, everything has kind of felt replaceable. Like, buy. Buy a t-shirt for this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. My closet can't hold anymore.
Right.
And none of it goes in the casket with me. Usually in Haven's room. But she won't share anything with me. It's such crap. I have to sneak in when she's asleep.
All right, so let's backtrack.
Okay.
Because whenever I spoke to you, I reached out to you because I saw your post, and then I was like, pondered on what to say because there's no right words,
Right.
And sent a message, and then you replied back, and then you're like, I think we need to talk it out. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it this weekend. I'm like, let's go for it. And you're like, I don't know. I'm just kind of in a place and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but that's what people need to see.
Yeah.
Because again, they see you on Facebook that you're being all positive and you're really, and you are.
Yeah.
But those of us who know that truly it
I'm devastated.
absolutely.
I'm wrecked.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I totally,
and you
yeah.
also had made the comment that God sent you somebody
Yeah.
met up in the cafeteria, so I'm assuming it's the
Well,
guy.
and so the guy, what he was saying is, about the heart change, and we walked around the corner. The guy left. His watch went off and he had to leave. He wasn't even in there. My hair is standing up on my arms because literally God sent a man to tell me not to claim the cancer as my own. So
we're not open.
Here.
Yeah, we're not open, dude. Keep. Bye. Scared me.
That scared me.
Okay, keep going.
He needs to read the hours. Maybe our cars are making him think that. Please come tomorrow.
We'll be back
We're
open
nice.
Monday through Friday. Sorry. The guy you met.
Yeah, he came out of nowhere and he left. He didn't clean the trash cans or anything. He never took the trash out. His watch went off 3 times while he was talking to us, and I know that because he was so intently looking in my eyes and telling me, do not claim this. You have to, in your heart, believe that you're healed, and by that, by his stripes, you are healed.
Wow.
And I cried with a stranger in the cafeteria, and Josh was like, well, damn. I was good that we came in here. Thanks you, God. It's like we keep talking to God because it is God.
Right.
We walk around the corner, and the piano is playing this song, and it's like God this morning really showed up at church. And I mean, I've learned I'll stand up in the middle of the room when no one else is. I do not care because he really moves in worship music for me in my car.
Same.
I fill my time with that. The devil can't be where God is, and so I really try. And the song was playing, just like 2 of the songs this morning at church. It's like I know that those songs are being played for me to hear the words to them. So I stopped where I was because I wasn't with Josh. I told him, I'll meet you. And I kind of took the camera, right, and I panned it because it was like a man playing, and then there was like a veteran being prayed for, and then there was the escalator, and then there was the coffee station. Like everything is moving, right? But in the middle of this room is this piano that is bringing everyone together, And this lady, I look across and there's Josh, and he's taking a picture of me, taking a video, right? Because I'm just like so blown away by what this guy just said, and then the words of this song. And the lady was like, I beat cancer 2 years ago, and we fought really hard, and he was the music director of her church, and he retired, and so every Sunday they go to MD Anderson, and what was it, Monday, I think. And they play, and they pray for people, and they ask them, they feel like this is their mission. This is how, like Terry Wallace, I don't really know her, but I know that she fought very hard. Mm-hmm. And she has reached out to me multiple times with encouragement and things like, I want to know her more. You know what I mean? Because really like your friend that we have to inspire each other to keep moving forward because we're not in control.
Right.
And Jana Lentz's name is coming across to me because I remember being in MD Anderson whenever she passed away, and I was thinking, man, she's had a rough year, and she went through a lot, and to hear that about her, and I'm out of town waiting to hear, like, what's going on with me, and I'm like, in a heartbeat, you're gone. You're here for a moment. Her poor family, like, all that stuff, but it's like, we really have to use those moments to grow and to learn. It's not worth it. I'm blown away at Facebook. I want to walk away from it. I do, but I can't. I can.
There's pros and cons to it.
There is, but it's like right now.
Like for me, it's a great platform.
It is,
for things like this.
For
but
anything.
I understand 100%. I get it.
It's hard, and you know how sometimes people will post and put things out there that, like you said,
absolutely,
and then some people are going to keep scrolling. Good, because it's not for everyone.
Right.
It's like there's things that are going to nail it, and there's like we're supposed to be lifting each other up, supporting each other, making it, and instead, I feel like I learned what snooze was. Whoop, whoop, whoop. But they always know what shoes and shirts I need, and I'm like, okay, I need to snooze that too. I really do. But, I mean, so after the piano lady came up and started praying with us, we go downstairs, and it's like the Uber driver, his brother played at SIU.
Oh, really?
I mean, it was like, I don't know. He was just...
It all goes back to what I read in the very beginning. You know, wherever you go, there's a reason for it. There's, in a nutshell, there's a reason
Yeah.
why somebody crossed your path, why, whatever.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Hope.
It's crazy, but
It's all already done.
It is.
Like, the plan's been made, and that's what I have to keep telling myself. Like, deep down, I don't want to die.
Right.
Nobody does.
Right.
Nobody wants to let that take them like that. And I don't want to even throw it out there like that, but it's like, that's what everybody's thinking, right? Like, if it's not, it's easier for me to be like, I have, right now, a liquid biopsy done, which is in my blood. They will check for cancer cell markers, right? Oh, my tumor marker is different. It went up from a 25 to an 86, okay, on my blood work. So when they saw that, Josh and I had gone in. Let me back up, okay? Because I do this.
Your hands are freezing.
I know.
But so are mine.
2 scans, and then we go in to see a radiologist. And when we walked in, and she didn't know that I didn't know, and she throws it out there, the spots, okay? And I'm going through the motions in my head, not hearing what she's saying. And Josh is like, breathe. That's what he usually says, breathe. And I'm like, I'm so proud of my back. Because she's like, do you feel anything? And I'm like, no, honestly, I'm lifting 10-pound weights on some stuff. Like, I started at, 3 or 5? Like, I feel better than I have in a really long time.
Right.
But now I don't. Instantly, I feel these pains. And it's like, the devil wants to say, well, your cancer's in your hips, so you're done.
Right.
No, it's not. It's not even big enough right now to be on a nerve or to even feel anything. It's the medicine that they're doing to fight it. So I have to do that with myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not accepting that. No, this has to leave. No, everybody has to do that. I get it. But I know that it's easy to lay down. I want to lay down. I want to scream and I want to cry and I want to throw a fit. It doesn't do any good, right? It does a little bit when I'm by myself. But so we go into the next appointment and they're talking about the lesions on the liver, not the spots on the spine. So then I'm in another trance because I'm like, wait a minute, what about and she's like, oh, those are nothing. I'm like, that's 3 spots on my spine. And she's like, but they're so little that they can't be biopsied or like radiated because the medicine, think you would slough it off if it was working. Okay, well, the whole time
the medicine you were currently on.
And it had until it started trending. And that's what I get nervous about with people that are clear of cancer. I'm not speaking negative over anything. I'm just saying, when you go in December and they're like, you're clear, and we saw the scans and we saw the pictures. And in 3 months, I have 5 lesions on my liver and 3 on my spine. And some people don't go back for another year.
Right. It's crazy.
So it's like, I know that God is giving me, we're ahead of it. Because they're little, but they're new and they're not maybe the same. They think that, and I'm not, please, everyone pray so hard about this, please. The liquid biopsy will tell them if the cancer has mutated into something else. And if it has, then we don't treat it with a hormone-positive medicine anymore. We do whatever, right, that it takes to attack whatever that is. I've said so many times at the beginning that Haven was terrified of me losing my hair. And I was too. I still am. I'm so scared of that. But I never had to, and I was so thankful. And then the second time around, whenever I was facing it again and I was laying there and I was thinking, why is that the biggest thing? That's why you have this again. That's what the devil would do. Because you're so vain, because you don't want chemo, because you don't want to lose your hair. And I told April yesterday, I was like, if they used an example of triple negative, maybe it is. And maybe I lose my hair. I don't care. I just want to live, But I get tired of having to always pull myself up, And that's where April comes in. I know that's not easy for her. Because we have friends. I have a lot of friends, right? We all are support. We have a village of people. Casey Lucan's a homegirl. Because they don't let me sit in it. I need some people to show up anyways. Right. You know what I mean? In a different way. Because I don't want anybody to feel like that they need to do anything for me. I just want them to pray for me and I just want them to be my friend, I just want it to be like normal. We gotta fight this together. Because I need people to know that I'm a badass princess warrior that wants a tattoo this week. Every time we go through this, we get a tattoo. We are still not sure what it's going to say yet. Mine needs to say breathe, for sure.
I've got like 5 different ones that I want now.
Yeah.
So just have to decide which one.
Kitty always says something when you're just like, oh, another tattoo.
Yeah, she's like, every cross on my body is for me. I've been through hell and back with my hair on fire. And this is where I'm at. I'm mad right now. I am mad. I got kind of feisty at work the other day on Friday with my team. I kept feeling myself like yesterday, like I'm saying stuff. I'm getting my personality back because I hit a brick wall and didn't talk for 2 days. You know, and then when I see Mason and Haven, like, it makes me strong because I want to pull together because I want them to see me, no matter what, I'm proud of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's enough. Mason's leg is hurt. He's a high jumper. Last year, in the middle of all this, he couldn't jump 5 feet. Now we're back to a hurt leg. And it's like, okay, we can lean in and be mad, and which he is. He's an 18-year-old boy that has to go through all this stuff. But what I told him is, I don't care if you never jump again. I really don't. If you have peace in your heart, find it. Your happiness. My expectations for him, I don't want to say are done because they're not. Josh is going to kill me for saying that. It's because when we get them to 18, I used to make my kids go to church every Sunday. And if they didn't go, they couldn't do anything. I don't even make them now.
No, you have to let them.
They have to do that on their own now. And it's like they both sing the songs and know that every morning that's what I do to get ready for work is jam out. I can plant the seeds, right? But I can't make them anymore, right? They have to pray. They have to, and I'm learning to let go of that and of all the things because they're imperfect. I'm imperfect. We all are.
Absolutely.
But we have to come together, trust each other, be there for each other, share our clothes. We were working in our store, and she was putting this romper up on the thing and putting it in. She's so organized. She's got all of the spreadsheets, everything.
Look at you, girl.
Oh, it's going to be so fun. And she has built it. Haven goes, what are you even doing? I'm like,
You go, April.
I'm the
You type that.
I'm the networker. I can't. I don't know what I was saying. I think she was putting that romper up, and I was like, wait a minute. Hold on. She's like, we're not shopping right now. I don't want that in that store. I need that. But we don't need it, right? No. Josh is really getting to it because he's like, I feel like you're getting rid of stuff just to go buy more stuff.
Well, I mean,
we're just making room.
You know.
It feels good to shed stuff. Honestly, I think some of
it feels good to buy stuff.
10 years. Yeah. I know it is. I'm so proud of our kids, though. Like, I love seeing you guys at church and Gracie being there, and I got to sit with Kelsey and the baby at Jenna Brandon's baby shower, you know, and it's like, these kids are growing up. I mean, they're adults.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Audrey, it's like, April's a grandma. You guys are grandmas.
I know. That's crazy crap right there. That's nuts.
It's the best thing ever, though. But it is crazy. Yeah.
It is the best thing ever, for sure. But, yeah. But that's what I was saying, Blythe, I hadn't seen her in forever as far as in person. Like, seen pictures and whatever. But in person today, I was like, nah. That just cannot be.
11 gone, 20.
That's just crazy. So time flies.
It does.
But it's
so we got to enjoy every single day.
Absolutely. And I mean, and just like we were talking earlier, I mean, not everybody gets that same, like, it's hard when you finally get it and understand the whys, the whats, the whens, the hows, the whatever. And not every day is easy because it's not, because I still struggle, but it's to hear people say some of the things that they say. And I'm just like, how can you
do you have that much hate in your heart, really?
Yeah.
I mean, but then it's manipulated into, well, you're the hater. And it's like, no, not really. I'm just
So here's the thing. This is just because it is my therapy too. So, not a secret. I mean, I do. I work at the VA and things are, you know, I literally day by day, like I am, whatever happens. Mm-hmm. Like it is what it is. I love what I do. I work hard. I know I do. I've, you know, given my dedication, but, people are having to come back on site that, you know, no matter where they're at, if you're within 50-mile radius or whatever, you've got to find a place by a certain time frame.
So do they have to find their own place? Is that what you're saying?
No, I think that we, like,
You
as a facility,
okay.
any federal building, whatever, like any kind of space, like is
Because I'd heard y'all
Gonna be
they
taken.
got rid of a bunch of space when COVID.
yes.
took place.
Well, and and I'm sure there's buildings out there. I don't know about that. We rent whatever. Like that's the side I don't get.
Right.
But somebody had said last week that people who are coming back on site aren't being welcomed, and I'm like, how dumb is that? Like, why are they not being welcomed? Well, it's because they're coming into their, somebody else's space. I'm like, I get it, but come on.
I know, but do you really think these people
Do you want to
be
lose your
coming into
job,
your
or do you
space?
want to I don't, they're having to do something they don't want to do, but why would you not make them feel welcomed? Like, I
Which
struggle
is
with
making
that.
anxiety for the people going back because of
Absolutely.
that, yeah.
And now they
Just
dread
saying.
coming in and whatever.
Well, it's
I
the
just don't get
spirit
it.
part of things is where we have to really let them.
Crazy how we have to let them, and how that, and probably using that theory more than what I really thought. And then hearing the book, and I'm listening to it a second time, and even getting.
That's what Kim Harrison.
Yes,
she's like, I'm on
we've
my
been
second
messaging,
time.
girl. We've been messaging each other too, and I forgot I think she started the messages, and she's like, I need a tattoo. I'm like, girl, I need a tattoo. So.
It's good.
But Kim's another one I didn't know. I met her at your benefit.
Yeah, she's awesome.
And then she was just like, we could be friends. I'm like, yeah, we could. It's those paths
Yeah,
again.
that's what
It's just
all
crazy.
about. Because of all of the seasons of, I think about it. Tammy Kell and I, we go
Or
way
maybe
back.
it was Poncho. Maybe it was Poncho's and not. I think I had met her at yours, but Poncho is where I got to.
Well, and I met Poncho
To
recently
know
at Tammy
more.
Kell's little birthday. We went to lunch and I don't know him.
Yeah.
But what
It's
a
crazy.
miracle, right? Everybody
Yeah,
knows
right,
Poncho.
right.
And it's like Poncho and Jodi Jeralds had the biggest
Absolutely.
town support that anyone could ever dream of having. It's like I feel so honored to be from this town and to give God the glory and the support and love and prayers that go into helping people survive things that you feel like you can't hardly put your foot in front of the other. My brain honestly can't, I don't think, accept it right now. Because I don't know. There's a lot of unknowns. And so if I go to worst case scenario, that's not going to help.
Right.
Right?
But
This
that's where
morning
my
I
brain
wrote
tends
notes.
to
What does
go.
worry do? Nothing.
Yeah, you can't claim that. You have to.
Believe it.
You have to believe it.
You have to believe it.
You really do. You have to change your mindset and
Mhm.
every single day. Get up and push through. And you can have crappy days, and on those days you can lean on everybody and we'll
Make
go to
a
a thrift
butt out of
shop or
myself and
something.
like, yes.
Get a cup of coffee.
Josh went and got me coffee this morning, and he was like, did you know that yours had an extra shot in it? And I was like, no. And he was like, they said that your coffee it's medium black coffee, drinkable temperature, with an extra shot of espresso. I'm like, no wonder it's like that. What do you mean? No. We were at Sam's one day. I'm like doing freaking gazelle runs in the aisles. He's like, what in the hell? And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, listen, I gotta tell you
needs
something.
to wear a GoPro.
He-
And between you and him and the conversation.
Well, so does him and his brother on the hunting world. Because it's
Totally,
like,
they
we're
can have
watching
their
so
own
many
little
turkey
thing.
videos at our house right now. I could call one in myself. But it's Ridge's turn. They're just going to hopefully get one this week. But it's crazy because we get to choose. I don't feel like I've ever let myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it's like, I like to work outside, And this week, to some people, it's so stupid because Josh thinks the kids should pick up the sticks, or I want to do it. I like to get a wheelbarrow out, and I like to dig in the dirt and then worry why my nails don't look good. But I'm looking forward to it. Just having projects to do.
And I'm not an outdoorsy kind of person. I want to be. In my mind, I want to be. In my mind, I want to work out really well.
Yeah.
In my mind, that's my, but so funny that you brought up the whole 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because that's another book, the 5-second rule, that definitely, for 2 weeks, I finally took it. Your alarm goes off, don't snooze it. Just get up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get up. And I was like, it works. And then, so I was hearing one of Mel Robbins' episodes about how a guy does a 5-minute workout. He's like, I get out of bed, I go to my kitchen when my coffee is being made, it takes 5 minutes, I just do a little workout in there. I'm in my regular PJs, whatever, just doing a whatever. Like, I do a minute this, a minute that, and I was like,
Wow.
right? So guess what I started doing? So I'm like, okay, so I start keeping track of, I'm doing like wall push-ups, you know?
Yeah.
Not just that, but just other things. And I'm now up to almost like 13 minutes because I'll see something new on Facebook and then I'll try it out. And I have to set my alarm for a minute and not look at it and just do it. Well, then so I was great for 2 weeks. Great. And then I went to go see my mom. I got up the first day, did it, right? And the rest of the week I didn't. And I got out of that groove. And I'm having to work myself back in it again. And like literally I am laying in bed, hear that alarm go off. So I don't snooze it, I just let it play.
Because then you're not lying, you're not doing it.
So then I'm like, okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get up, go, do it. And so I've started,
So
again.
Mel Robbins,
So.
I haven't read or listened to the book yet.
Oh, God.
But her podcast episodes I have been listening to every day. Like just going through them and just, hey, it's your friend Mel. And she's like, you have ADHD.
Hashtag ask Mel.
Yeah. And like the way that she describes things are my brain.
Right.
I
Absolutely.
really relate with her. And it's
she's
like, I feel like she's like my counselor and she's helping me because I have to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't breathe. I get really anxious, right? That's why I have this weighted blanket with me. Because when my heart starts beating fast, I can't hardly get back down and then I forget what I'm saying and then I can't find my keys.
I think more people are like that than we think, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why that book is so inspiring to so many
Absolutely.
people, because when you're saying it, it makes me think of you on the days you don't want to get out of bed because you're mad at the world and you want to just punch somebody. You say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and you get your butt up out of bed and you get a crack coffee at 7 Brew. And you go get a recliner at Anderson's.
What's that? We're still one, maybe the Dillards.
But yeah, and I mean, and again, my recent post, I did a long post the other day. I'm like, I know you people are sick of me talking about it, but I can't, I'm just hoping that if it inspires me that much, like it really gets other people. And people have I just got the book in the mail. I can't read it, but I'm telling you, the Audible makes a big difference.
I think I need the Audible. I told Kim yesterday for her to read it to me because I like her so much.
Yeah. I mean, I love hearing her talk and she's just, and I mean, I don't know. Audible's the way to go. Like, I get, even if you love to read the book, that's great, but still.
I love Audible, but I'm in the car all the time. But I actually have the book, and it's not Audible, which is weird. And it's funny because when everybody started putting Let Them and with her book, 3 years ago, we had a girls get together and I made these shirts that say Let Them. So this whole time when I kept seeing Let Them, I'm like, is this a new thing or what?
Right.
I remember 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then when you read Mel's book, she'll tell you that, shit's been around. She has saw this thing that says Let Them. I totally just lost my train of thought.
That's okay.
We're
talking about Let Them.
I
read the book,
right
Audible.
now,
No, I'm saying I kept thinking that too, right? Like I'm done, all this Let Them. But once you read it, you want everybody to hear it. I said I want to pay my kids to read it.
Right.
Because I feel like it's that impactful.
I would have loved to have heard at a young age.
Yeah, and it's nothing like a crazy, they can understand every piece of it.
Absolutely.
It's just reminding you.
Absolutely.
A lot of things.
And it's funny, my cousin Kristen had actually sent me, so I started listening to some podcasts and then I got on the 5-second rule, and so I try to stay with one thing. But I do like the podcast, and she had sent me one yesterday. She's like, I wish I would have heard this in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, better late than never.
I like it's 36 minutes, right? I mean, like, to me, just like on Netflix, I cannot do 10 seasons or something.
Right.
I want to.
Well,
I'm stuck on season 4.
That's what happened at Mom. She got me freaking watching Younger or something like that.
It's good.
Oh my gosh!
And then there's another.
So then I was like, oh.
That's a book, right? And then there's 3
I have
of them?
no idea. I just know that Netflix, she started watching that, and I'm just like, now I'm sucked in. And I don't watch that. I don't get the series because I don't want to get sucked in because I can.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, we've sat there for 6 hours watching freaking Younger.
Oh, I just want to do that.
That's me with 2020.
But I mean,
I
want to, but then
all this stuff at the exact same time. It's so
I don't want to do anything but just sit there and watch it. And it's amazing how quick half hour goes by.
Yeah.
I like this half hour.
Next thing you know, it's like, but yeah. So I mean, I get the series. It's great, but I mean,
But we're
I get
supposed to relax.
I know.
We're supposed to sit for 6 hours and watch something. I told her.
Are we?
Well,
My
not all the
science nerve
time.
says no.
Not all the time. But we're not supposed to be available 24/7 either.
No.
We're not. And my phone, really, I have really been working hard on it because 73 messages. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing that out there, right? While you're trying to get groceries.
Right.
And you're trying to like.
It's going off right now.
I know it. But then when you pick it up, it's overwhelming.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? But it's everybody has that. It's not. I know it's not just me.
Well, and it's not overwhelming in a bad way.
No,
Right.
no,
Like,
and
that's
you want
all-
people.
oh, yeah.
Some people are like, well, at least you have someone to text you, and it's not about that. It's
Right.
about my brain
Right.
because right now everything is a task. Everything's kind of hard, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and I also said, I think my body is used to trauma. Like I walk through it. Like you said, I fake it. It's because I'm numb almost.
Yeah.
I'm almost numb. I'm changing a lot, right? To where I don't need to talk all the time.
Right.
I did it for way too long. I've lost a lot of people along the way because of it. But that's okay.
I mean, it's
Not because I don't love them or anything
Right,
like that.
right.
My mouth is a disgrace. I have to own that. I mean, really. And I'm getting better.
We're all a work in progress.
I'm very
All
transparent, very. And so, I know that there's people that are private out there that have things that they don't want to share. That's okay.
Right.
Don't be alone. Don't feel alone though. Like allow yourself to lean on people and to, throw a fit
Yeah.
if you have to.
Absolutely.
Just wake up tomorrow and try harder. And that's what I keep telling myself. It's like, don't put my doctor this week, oncologist, was like, your job is to do nothing but worry about yourself. And I'm like, that's what we all think is the worst thing that we could ever say,
Right.
And I still think that about all the help and support and love and prayers from people because I want to always support and love and pray and help. I want that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it to seem like Jodi Jeralds has cancer again. Let's pray for Jodi Jeralds. Oh, Jodi Jeralds, is she asking for money? That makes me sick. But I'm thankful for the money that people gave because I would be dead, I think. I really do. Because it's such a difference in the kind of care that I'm getting.
When you see yeah.
It's
and
the
I mean, and
hands
just the
down. I go
support
for
in
the
general.
4 or 5 days and it is hard. It is so hard. But the guy said something the other day that really resonated with me because he was like, some people like to do it all at the same time. And I started thinking to him, I don't have a choice. I do have a choice. I can go here. I can go wherever. It is a choice that God put in front of us because Josh did an online application to MD Anderson and was accepted and approved in 16 days when I didn't get that at Siteman, right? Because that was God's plan.
Right.
I'm not blaming Siteman,
Right.
right? When you walk out things, you want to be like, they didn't this and it's like, and now as I look at the journey that I'm on, I'm in Houston for a reason. I might not always be in Houston, right?
Right.
Josh twitched the other day when I said that because I'm like, Barnes is good. That Washington University has a really strong thing. And he looked at me and it's like, it's because that's our comfort zone, right?
Right.
That's like how we feel. And it's not always forever, but it is expensive. It's $1,900 for us to fly there. Without my hometown and the support of all the people, there's no way. And I never take it for granted. I don't. But I also look at that money in a separate thing, like that's how long I have to live. That's how I've been looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, how many years can we make that
Work out.
last? Or, you know what I mean? But no, because he shows up all the time. If I need to go to Mexico, she told me she would take me.
In a heartbeat.
Celia told Josh she would take me. Thank you, Celia. Because I
go.
want to live. We have
Right.
to inspire and live. And I know that everybody wants to live too, And I pray that I get the chance. And right now I'm just asking that everybody can pray about that biopsy, that whatever it is that has to leave, that we would find what it takes. But God this sounds so cheesy, but for the first time, I really believe that if he doesn't want me to have it, he'll take it. Because he can.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean, and it's funny because I do, when you say I seem positive, I am because those songs are how I live.
Absolutely.
Our conversations are those songs. She makes a playlist this week because I was in the room and Josh was like, we need to go eat breakfast. And I couldn't function. I was just trying to blow dry my hair and put on my shoes, and I could not. And I was like, please go downstairs and get our breakfast and whatever. And I was just walking naked around the room. I called Dominique, I'll never forget, because she's so amazing. She really is.
She is amazing.
And I said, I'm freaking out, but I have to like pull it together, and I don't want to tell my family and my kids until I know more of what's happening. I called April, and we're walking out of the doctor's office, and Josh is like, she's out of it. Because I was just like, April! Like, you know.
And Josh grabs the phone.
Yeah. It's funny because they all have nods and their own winks on how to handle me. You got her. Yeah.
It's my turn now.
Yeah. Tag, you're it.
Takes a village.
It does take a village. It always does.
And everybody, Josh had a moment night before last, right? Like he needed an outlet.
He did.
He went with his friends, and he has a really good group of hunting buddies, right? And he spent all day with them. So when he met up with me, he was very emotional. And I was with her downstairs with Hunter and Tina and the baby. We were just, and he was bawling.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, it hurts me, right? To see him hurt, because I don't want him to.
Right.
But I can't act mad about it either.
Right.
And so I just said to Dylan, he's all yours. And I took Mama something to eat, and Dylan took him home, and he went to bed. Because it's like, yes, I need him to have that outlet. But when Josh is, we've talked about that, right? He's the rock for me. And so whenever he shows that emotion,
You freak out.
freaked. I thought I was dead. I went down there, I was like, am I dead? And she's like, what? And I'm like, what is wrong with Josh? He's crying.
Something I don't know.
And she's like, we don't like to see you hurt, Jodi. And I'm just like, I just don't think of it like that. I don't like to see them hurt. So I just try to like, but when he cries,
But that's like you with your husband when he got sick and stuff.
Right.
It's the same. Like if I see Marshall get emotional, then I get nervous.
Right.
Like,
Like,
if we're in another country and we're hanging out, and he gets nervous, I'm done. I'm already booking a flight out of the country. Like, what's going on?
yeah.
Well, those storms the other night. So, and that's funny because, or was it last week? I don't even know when it was. But the storms that had come through, and whenever I start seeing Jeff like constantly on the phone looking at radar, and then he's like, you need to let Gracie know that she needs to get out of that apartment and come home. It was the first night we had just got home. We had just gotten in from Mom's.
Friday.
And that's the storms came in. Gracie just got home and then basically had to turn around and like come back. And I'm like, okay, so if Jeff is saying Gracie has to come back, grab the cat, come back. And I was like, well, we need to let Kelsey and Casey. I've already been texting them. I'm like, oh, shit's getting real.
I'm really worried.
And so it's funny because then I talked to Kelsey later on in the week, and she's like, yeah, when Dad starts texting me, then I start panicking. She's like, but Callan was asleep. I didn't want to have to wake him up and run downstairs. And, and so she was just, but she's like, yeah, when Dad gets worried, then that's,
Yeah. I mean, I can't even tell my kids anymore because it doesn't matter. They're like, it's fine.
Well, they think we're overreacting and stuff. Yeah, for sure. I knew Mark Faulkner, my neighbor, Kathy Faulkner, love her to death. He parked sideways in the driveway. And I wasn't freaking out until that. And I looked at Josh and I was like, and he goes, I'm going to park like Mark Faulkner, Jodi, okay? He was like, text Kathy right now and tell her, I don't know what Mark's doing, but I'm doing it too because my wife's freaking out. It's like, I don't know. I don't want to live in fear. I know that.
I know.
And
we're not
like,
supposed to.
We're not supposed to. And a lot of times with my mom and sister, like when we're having certain conversations, like Tina will start saying something and I'm like, nope, because we're not supposed to.
Right.
Not like I know what I'm talking about, but I do know that we're not supposed to. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't help.
No.
And that's what the scripture at church said today. We cannot worry about what we're going to eat, what we're going to wear, what we're going to do, how we're going to pay our bills. Because, by the way, my mortgage payment and my electric bill together went up $500.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I have 1,590 square feet at my house. My electric bill, $400.
Right.
And my mortgage went up because of my taxes. And I'm like, okay, thank God we can pay for it. But that's why I never want to be house poor.
Right.
I could sell my house, but I don't want to go pay $1 million for another one. I can't.
It's adulting.
I know. I carry a lot of baggage.
You're welcome, Josh.
Yeah. I mean, it's expensive to just live in general. And then it's like, I don't know. I get overwhelmed with the worry of that. And that's what I'm learning not to do. Because it's like, do we have shelter?
Yeah.
Like, none of it really matters. The older I get, none of it really matters.
Well, and so it's just like we had, I like to go back into put it in perspective. So when we had the ice storms and people, some people were without power for how long, whatever.
Mhm.
Okay, well, let's go back to when the hurricane just came through and people have absolutely nothing.
I know.
Roads are gone. They're living in tents.
And we're complaining about
And
the
we're
potholes
complaining.
that carbon dioxide won't fix. I'm like, they will when the weather like
The ice
for
broke
them
down,
to do
yeah.
it.
But some of the stuff, it's just not like I get it. It sucks. It does. It sucks. But
But we live in a world of everything being plastered out there,
Right.
okay? And we have no idea who
That's
these
true.
people are even talking about, but we're slamming them
right.
because they're pieces of shit. It's like, do you know them? Do you know their mom? They're a person.
Yeah. Right.
Perception.
They're a person.
Yeah.
Like
it
the
is. It's all
airport
about
now,
the
it's like
perception,
everybody at the
100%.
airport is a huge deal because Josh is, I've said this so many times that he's so nice at the airport because nobody sees each other.
Right.
They have their gate, they have their, what they're doing, but it's not, excuse me, it's not like, it's like robots or
Right.
something. It's really weird.
But
It
we are
is.
not that though, right? Like
Right.
we're the ones who are like, thank you.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Yeah. Because we should. We owe that
Absolutely.
to ourselves. Yeah.
And that's even something in Mel's book too, talking about, so if you see somebody that's got pretty nail polish
Tell
or they're absolutely let them know because people
Yeah.
like to know that you saw something.
That's
like
right.
you're
I
seeing
read a thing the
them.
other day that said hug, and I know hugging can be a big thing.
But I love hugging.
I know.
I'm a hugger.
Some people are like, no, but it's like the average person to get an emotional connection that's needs around 8 hugs a day.
Yes.
And it
Yes.
made me think about people that don't get one hug a week or a
Right.
month because
Right.
it's there. Like they're not.
Yeah.
So it's like if you can say
People
have a
need to
good
hear that.
day and that cheers somebody up, why would you not?
Right. Absolutely. It's so
Yeah.
simple. So simple.
Which is very nice.
Any comments? We haven't looked at any of our comments on Facebook.
Oh,
Yeah. Hey, bro, it's your job. Come on.
I know.
I mean, I can see people are watching. I just can't see, a whole lot of.
If anything's come across, and it may not be anything.
Of course, I could look at my own thing too.
Yes, I'm
and
just.
see.
Buddy, that's got pretty nail.
Oh, well, there's that voice. Sorry, you all have to listen to that too. That voice is gross.
Cassandra's watching, Carol's watching, Rita, Brett, Karamazzi, we're praying for you every day. I should turn the volume down.
There we go. That may work.
Gosh, until I'm not good with technology. Pam's watching from Kentucky.
Oh, hi, Pam.
Yeah, we're a little delayed in hitting that, but we get caught up, and so it's hard not to.
Yeah, I'm a rambler. I
Same.
prayed against it. That's why I wanted her to come because she's usually like, show.
I just sit and listen to your
Yeah,
story.
I know. It's so funny because, like I was saying, when I'm comfortable, I say the craziest stuff. I don't even know where it comes from.
Right.
It's called joy.
It is called joy, and you know when you can do that around those people,
Yeah.
those are your people.
But it's surprising as we change and grow and shift and learn, and I don't need all that anymore.
Right.
I need we all need each other. And I think that's why we have everybody at different times and different seasons and for different things, right? Think about how many people it took to come together to execute the cancer benefit for me. I had a panic attack in the back. I was sitting on a cooler
I
being
do
fed
remember that.
because it was just I couldn't believe that many people cared.
It's overwhelming.
It is very, and it's I don't know how to say it. My anxiety, my medicine that I'm on also wasn't working, but it caused heart palpitations, which I already suffer from anxiety, kind of PTSD really, because I lived in fight or flight for so long, and I'm just learning about that, because if you get stuck in fight or flight, then you can't really ever enjoy the moment, because your stomach hurts, you feel like you're bracing yourself, and I am like that, and I'm learning to take a deep breath and be like, I own this home. It's really weird. I'll stand there and I'll be like, I own this house. It's mine. It's my family's home.
You need the book.
But that nobody can come in here. I've got to say this. Haven and I the other day, this is really freaky, but this needs to be said. Josh, I'm sorry, I'm not telling our address. He got the flu and he was down bad. Okay. Well, he was laying on the couch to stay separate from me.
Mm-hmm.
And while he was there, these two guys pulled up in a truck, and he said the name. I think you know this guy. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't, whatever. He's like, they kept knocking on the door, and he was not feeling well to go,
Mhm.
but they wouldn't leave. And so then finally, when he got up, he saw them driving away. and he saw the guy. He made eye contact with the guy in the passenger seat. So then I didn't think anything else about it. A couple days go by, and he's like, babe, you're not going to believe this, but Haven was working on her paper at the table, and he looked out, and that truck was sitting in the road looking in my window. And Josh walked up to the window, made eye contact with the guy, drove away. Okay. So then I'm like, okay, this is really kind of scary. A week goes by. Haven's waiting for her screen on her phone every day at the mailbox, right? And she goes out to check, and she looks to the neighbor, and there is that truck, I guess. Well, I was in the house. I just got home from school. And she's coming in, and she's talking, and she's like, Mom, you know that truck that Bud was talking about? She's like, it's at the neighbor's house next door. And about that time, it whips into our driveway so fast. And I'm like, lock the door. Like, lock the front door. So she locks the front door. We run around the side, if you know my house. Like, my kitchen is back here with this wall. And we're sitting there, and it's like a pattern with a cowboy hat and with intentions, right? Because I think he thought she was just going to come to the door. Because I just seen her.
Right.
And I'm like, shh.
Nobody knows.
And I'm sitting here going, I own this bitch. Ain't nobody coming in here. And then I'm like, no, because we don't have to. We don't have to go to the door. The door is locked.
Right.
But then I'm like, I'm with my daughter, you know? Like, she's way stronger than me. She grabs a butcher knife and hands me one. I'm sitting there with butcher knives. And I'm like, don't move. And then I said, I wish that we could go to Holly's, our neighbor. So Haven
running back across the street.
So we go like this, and Haven goes like this, and he is in, not kidding, the window looking through my wreath. What the heck? Exactly. So then I hit her. Because I'm like, I said don't move, right? Because she was like, he won't leave. And she's like, now I'm getting mad. Go away. We're not going to answer, is what she said to him. Well, he ended up leaving a Post-it note on our door. And it misspelled words, a number, and he burned out of our driveway. Yeah. It said bush clearing, cash money, not spelled right. And a phone number.
To clean up the bushes.
I guess, but our bushes were already clean.
Nothing to clean
We
here.
keep our bushes pretty clean at my house. I don't know about everybody else's bushes. I don't care.
have any bushes.
I don't have to worry about it. My mom
No
does.
landscaping.
My mom
No
does.
landscaping at my house, like none.
We have to keep it funny.
need
don't
to.
we?
I need
But I mean, it's scary. So then Josh talks to the cop. Like, we have to talk to the cop. You cannot have random bushwhackers coming around.
So the moral
We're
of the
married.
story is Craneville has somebody
Out there. Greenville does. There's somebody out there.
What kind of
saying-
truck?
It's a Silverado, a silver one. And guess what? It had a
They need
skeleton, Halloween skeleton thing in the passenger seat. Haven saw the guy. So the guy that Josh thought it
I would
was,
love to hire you.
the guy that Josh
Drove all the
thought
way
it
down from
was,
Kentucky
isn't.
territory.
That's, you can tell she's my best friend for saying Kentucky territory. She's heard that a time or two. We have an amazing family in Kentucky. We were brought here for a reason. Like, all my family is in Kentucky, and I hate it that I can't see my cousins and my family as much because I've always been more I don't want to call myself the black sheep. I'm not. It's just Tina has always been better at taking care of my mom because when I was younger, I wouldn't leave town. I couldn't afford to.
I think God gives you a village
Yeah.
here to
I
push through
have.
those days. And
I think I pull away from the people that I love when I'm learning to not say everything that I want to say, but then they're not used to me not talking. And it doesn't
You're like,
mean that
"What's
I don't need them still. And it doesn't mean that I don't, want them still. It's just that we have to learn to be strong for ourselves before we can be strong for anybody else. And I think I've been codependent for a really long time. I would say I'm codependent on her. I've had times when I'm like very possessive and protective at times. That was my spirit. Because if I really love you, I really love you. I really do. And if you hurt my feelings, it really hurts my feelings. And it's like, if I hurt your feelings, I want to tell you.
Right.
But I've usually told you like 5 times what is going on before it happens. You know what I mean? Because I can't ever shut up. I can't. Because when something's on my heart or mind or I'm praying about it or whatever, then I really go deep with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, what's the root of it? Why is it like this? Like, why am I feeling it? You know? It's usually for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
We have to trust ourselves.
Yeah.
We do. And God uses hard times to grow us. And I know right now that I am in a season of growing. I'm changing more. I am. I want to be more involved in my church. I want to have a Bible study at my house. I don't have a big house. But I had Cheryl Evans tell me one time, it doesn't matter. And she's right. It doesn't matter the size of my house, right?
No.
It could be in the front yard.
My first thing was, are you ready to, let's go buy a house on a farm and raise some chickens so we know our food's healthy. Like, let's go. It makes you really realize what's important.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It really does, you know, and that's cliche and people say it all of the time, but your whole perspective changes, especially, you know, even as people that love people that have to go through that and you don't want to see them hurt. But you have to realize that, like her saying all of these things makes me think, you have to focus on you. You have to quit worrying about everything and what everybody else does or who says or what. It doesn't matter.
But my kids matter. And I mean, I turn into a monster when you mess with my kids.
Yeah.
I change who I am and then I can't go back. Because don't hurt. I mean, and my kids are imperfect. I'm so imperfect. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But my heart is true.
Absolutely.
And so that's why I think I feel so passionate.
And I think that's why I struggled.
about it.
I mean, that nailed it right there. Like, I do. I have such a big heart and whatever, but I am imperfect. And like, I'm not, you know.
And you get to be. You get to be
Right.
imperfect.
Well, because I tell my
it's still a
students all the
struggle.
time, though,
Yes,
if we were
yeah.
all the same, right?
Right.
It would be boring, and we have to show up for ourselves, and we have to have goals for ourselves. That's why Mason's always done better in sports that were not a team-oriented thing. Like, you put him up against himself, he already feels like the worst one on the team. He never has had confidence. Confidence is what drives you. I can remember when I'm trying to get a teaching job. There was 300 people to every one teaching job. Now we don't have really a lot of teachers. But you go in there and you set the bar. Why do you want to hire me? Because I'm the best for the job. Because I have a heart. Because I like writing. Because, right? But then when I was 21 or 2, it's like, I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
Because
like
this
now.
is my goal. I mean, you don't know why until you're 44 years old.
Right. And I'm 100%, like, I know, give me something to do, I can do it. But I suck at interviews. I haven't interviewed in I don't know how long. So, like, I definitely know that I would not be. But what I want to say and what I may do on my next interview is be like, listen, I suck at answering these questions. Like, I want to be me.
Yeah, right.
You know, I want to be.
I think more and more that's what everyone's looking for. Hey,
Oh, yeah.
authenticity.
And I think and I do feel like it's coming out.
I don't care who you
more.
are. Be you.
Yeah.
I love you for you. Be you, please.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, don't be fake about it.
Or
but-
just don't be.
I mean, ask anybody I've worked with or who has had to supervise me or whatever. They'll tell you that I'll be worth it.
Yeah.
I mean,
But the expectations for our kids now, right? This is Mason and I just a couple days ago, right? Because we're talking about Spark and we're talking about like the way of the world. He's like, Mom, the way that you guys look at the world is not the world that we live in. He's like, so let us live. This is him. I'm like, let us live. Okay, he still doesn't buy his own gas, but we're going to let him live. Right? No, but it's true that it
makes me think of
revolves-
the prom date with her son in the book, where she was trying to control.
Yes,
It was you.
yeah.
Him just like, well, they can't eat here. They don't have reservations, or he's gonna get wet because he doesn't have his umbrella. And it's like the sister being like, let him go to fast food because they didn't do dinner reservations. What's that gonna do?
Right. And then she also bought the corsage
It's
without,
good to
when
hear.
she was
and
like,
the
he
girlfriend
said,
made
Mom,
her-
do not buy one. Don't do it. And she's like, oh, now I bought one. Got one. So, you know, and then all of a sudden she's putting it on and sees that she's already had one, you know, because she made it herself.
She made her own.
The girl did?
Yeah.
Yes. And
That's
so now
how
she's like, why did I do that? You know, I should have listened to him.
But that was like her life changing moment.
Right.
Wasn't it?
It was.
We can't do, that's where I'm at right now, is that we have to let our kids.
It's hard
We
too.
have to.
And
We have to. Haven's been through a lot lately, and it's brought us together, and I know it was for a reason.
Right.
Because she's so much like me and because we argue a lot, but it was like she really doesn't show pain because she thinks that's weakness.
Right.
And so she screams everything, and people don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it either. Shh. But she learned it from me. She got it from me.
Came
But
by
you need to
honesty.
be strong, though.
Yeah.
Because things happen that you don't expect.
Yeah.
And you have to. And people are going to hurt you, and you're gonna hurt people. You have to be able to like say sorry and move on. That doesn't mean that you have to go to Walmart together.
Right. But you've got to realize, okay, what I said or what I texted or whatever, like, I know I shouldn't have.
Right.
You know, and you need to own up to it and apologize and then move forward or,
but sometimes
whatever.
time or that you need that, right? Because I'm not the same as I was, like I've kind of been going through some stuff that I don't talk about. Mm-hmm. Because I don't need to. It's an internal thing.
Right.
And it's like when it started till now, I stayed quiet instead because at first I didn't stay quiet.
Right.
And I should have.
Right.
And I was wrong. But it's like as I pray and work through my thought process on stuff, if I do what Matt said today at church and go step by step instead of,
right.
Right? Because I'm always sorry.
Right.
I'm always sorry. But I'm always fired up.
That's why I love
That's why this cancer ain't got nothing on it.
No chance.
I mean, I gave up gluten and processed foods. Except lunch meat, which now is no longer going to be a part of my life, which sucks. It's like everything except cussing. And he's like, here you go again. Keep cussing, girl. I said, I'll get a liver transplant. I don't know if they'll let me, though. Because they're going to be gone. They're fleeing now. I just peed them out in the bathroom. Yes. I just want it to be gone. Though, when Chelsea was going through the end days and everything, and her family was so nice to let me go sit with her. And her mom went in and she walked out to give us a second. And I want to fight for Chelsea, right? Like, she wants to be here.
Right.
She wanted to be here, and we don't get to pick because it's God's plan, not ours. And I know it's for a reason that we don't, always know. But to Chelsea, she's got the ultimate, right? She's where we're all, ultimately wanting to be. Until you're sitting here with a diagnosis like this going, please, no, not right now.
Right.
Please, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. But at the end of the day, like I said, someone can die in a wreck or something else can happen. So instead of worrying and causing more stress to my body, I have to let it go. I have to.
Yeah.
And I know I'm annoying. I know I am.
I love it. So it's all good. I don't care. You can be all the annoying person you want to be.
Well, last night is so funny. I have this video on my phone. I was going to post it because Atlas came over for a little bit and Haven always wants him to come. And I do too, of course. But I can't carry these kids all the time. Well, I got a new recliner and my dog was running from him because he had the mop or something and she jumps on me. When she does, she flips the whole recliner over backwards.
Oh, you're in it?
Yeah.
Did you get a video of it?
I was like backwards on the floor and he goes, oh, he doesn't talk. He'll say my name. He talks about everybody else with me. And he's like, oh. And I'm still in the same spot on the floor, and I'm like, he kissed me.
Aww.
And then I said, can you help me? And he gave me his hand and he helped me up, and it's just like.
Who was recording?
No, afterwards I recorded this cute little thing of us together because he was giggling and stuff because it means so much to me. I know, follow. I changed my mind now. But what I'm trying to say is like those moments are what I wish I could get back with Mason and Haven, right? Because I let myself like put the toy away while they're playing with it and stuff. And so like we line up the dinosaurs and we fight them and with Roman that's what it's all about. And I love it when Roman
just
grabs,
do it. Just put the Play-Doh there. Just play. Audrey's kind of like me. They'll be like, Roman. I'm like, let him. But
it's the mom thing. You feel like you're supposed to do it.
I know.
Because
and at that age, I felt the same thing.
Too. Yeah. And like you said, it looks like everybody else is doing it, right?
Right.
When nobody is.
And then you feel like you have to have like a set schedule, like, I remember, okay, nap time's this time. Yeah. We can't go do this because it's nap time and whatever. And I don't want to.
Kids like that though.
They do. They do. And but it's just like, but don't let it, like if you've got this one opportunity to do something, like, make it work.
Yeah.
Well, because they're going to have to make it work too, and they're going to have to adjust. That's what I say about the same thing with like the kids when they're going through this hardship. They have to learn how to do this in life because it's going to happen all the time.
Yeah.
And you're gonna, and I say that you're gonna work with somebody maybe in the shoe department of Walmart that you don't like. But
Dominique's here!
Yay! We're making her get on camera because she did not want to.
She's like, don't have a chair out here.
She thinks you're done.
Yeah, she's gonna dive in and make her get on.
But we had somebody who was like coming in earlier. He's really fine coming in. So we were like, so then when I heard the door, I was like, I didn't see you. You said small. I'll pull the chair.
No, we already announced you. Everyone.
She's not. Yeah, she won't come on. So there's, but you can come in here and have a little seat.
I know.
I'll put my chair back in there.
I mean, does it get more beautiful the inside and out?
Listen, I can't see. She's like, oh my gosh.
We're
Stop
done.
talking to
Anyways,
me.
we're done.
Yeah, we are actually done. But you know, now that Dominique is here, because really, why did you want Dominique today?
Because we love her.
Dominique is a silent killer support from back in the day. She and Tina were together in school. So I was like that little annoying little girl in the cheerleading outfit. And she's also been to hell and back with her hair on fire, and she wore it with a crown. And I've always respected that a lot, you know. And so throughout different times, this is something I always think about. When I had my broken back, you know, I like went home in a back brace and I'm laying there, and I had no idea what I was up against at that time. And she texted me and was like, do you need anything? And I really wasn't thinking for her. I just said, no, I have to go to the grocery store. And she was like, what do you need? And I was out of my head. I told her my list and she bought it. And I was like, I think I was so out of it. I don't know why, but she did. She came with groceries, and it was like, oh my gosh, it was my favorite stuff. It was all my favorite stuff. And she always is like, I'm walking if you need anything, you know. And it's like my cancer things were on the chart that we had waited for. Remember, for like a week and a half? And I just laid there waiting for Josh to come to read them, and she came. It's like in those moments, you know, like that's why I say it's so important. People, there's some people like April, Dominique, they're not going to ask for help.
Right.
Cassie doesn't ask for help. Right?
But you know they need it.
Yeah. But they always help everybody else, though. You
Right.
know what I mean? And so it's like her mom died. She doesn't talk about that. If my mom died, I would be screaming every day. You know what I mean? She walks it out. Really?
Shut up.
She doesn't like the attention on her. She handles it. That's a hardcore thing to go through. And in the meantime, is carrying up a company that she's ranked
Stop it.
very
No,
highly at. For
Jodi.
real.
I do love the company I work for, but we're not going to.
She's so smart and goal driven, though. Really. Just
I
saying.
can't handle people talking about
It's just
it.
throwing it out there. Just let
What
it
I'm
know.
saying is when you have people that show up, even when you act like you don't want them to, that's right.
I seriously put my hand like I was going to stop you from saying anything. I'm sorry. That was rude. It's natural. Like, I never know.
But yeah, so even though y'all can't see Dominique, but she is that person. She's the one that will
Didn't
text
she paint
you.
your toenails? Right?
Yes. Fingernails with her glasses on. She did it. That's what I wanted, and she did it.
That she is a good keeping up on text messages. We'll have.
She
I know
prays.
that.
She sends prayer for me several times a week.
Yeah, I'm in different group messages with Dominique. Poor thing, because a lot of times we end up seeing like the same thing because we like just share it across the board sometimes. But she's also good about singling out, like, you know, and just reaching out. And then I'll be like, oh, you've been talking to her? She's in our group. You've been talking to her? You know, like, how did you know? And she's like you're good. You're good because you will take the time, and that's a good friend.
Yeah,
So
I just
kudos
hope
to
that
my
she
friend.
feels the same
My
from
friend.
people because she is also loved and supported, even though she.
But yeah, this morning she was just like, I want Dominique to be there. And I'm like, I said, she ain't coming on the camera.
She said, I have lunch plans. I go, not anymore.
She's like, I'm not coming on the camera. And I was like, I said, and I did. I was like, you need to ask her because she'll more than likely won't say no to you.
She does. She has no problem telling me no on that.
So yeah, it's like she's been in the audience
Beautiful.
before, so she'll be in the audience as long as she doesn't have to be on the camera.
You guys should see
Well,
the
I think when you're a
audience.
kindergarten teacher,
I'm so proud of it.
Cactus.
when you're a kindergarten
crab.
teacher, you get to do whatever you want. I always say St. Peter's just going to do this for the shout out to the kindergarten teachers. First grade too. I can't. So, all right. Well, thanks for having us on.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And actually, because we just we were all over the place, but you know,
I know.
that's just how it rolls. So, I do want to throw out there because I got a lovely email the other day that all lives will be deleted on Facebook on July 4th. So all my lives that I've done, which now they get deleted after 30 days, which I didn't really catch on to that and so now I found out that I could extend them up until recently. Now I can't. So, I have tried saving all of my lives also on YouTube, shared on YouTube. I don't know that as many views get out there, but I still want to share because I know not everybody's on Facebook and I get it.
Mhm.
It's just the easiest platform for me at this point in time. If
You're
I,
making a difference.
well, thanks. I hope I am. I hope.
You are. People need to hear it.
So so if you've not seen her, which I don't even remember how long, when were you here the first time? But 7,300 views. I mean, it still grows. Like I go back and look to see how many views on each of my ones, all of my, and that's been the biggest so far.
The
Nice
testimony.
to both reached. It's awesome.
Testimonies are important. Like they
Absolutely.
mentioned at church, starting like a once a month thing on Sunday nights where people talk about their stories because there's so many of us that
We learn best from our stories.
it's so relatable.
It
and
is.
it's just that's what helps grow us. And we have to put ourselves out there. And I feel like as a Christian, it sounds so cliche, really. It is hard to be one.
Mm-hmm.
It's harder to really lean in and to do what you're supposed to do because I've never really wanted to.
Well,
It's
and I
like
think,
I don't
That's just
mean
you fighting.
it's your human side of yourself, right? And so it's like there's a lot of things that I'm sorry for. There's a lot of things that I've said and done that I'm sorry for, right? But I owe it to myself to forgive myself and to start fresh and to stay hopeful and know that I'm on a mission that's not mine, it's God's, and I have to just keep putting my big girl panties on. And I like thongs. They're usually my God doesn't judge. I don't like panty lines.
He doesn't care if you have any at all.
So see, this is
Some
what I
people
like
go
right here.
commando.
Like I feel like
That's
we
cool.
could never talk like this if you were a Christian. Like you couldn't, and not that it's anything
No,
bad
no,
to
right,
us,
right.
but it's being real.
I mean, my
Right.
t-shirt,
Like it's,
I love
this
Jesus,
is what
but I
makes me
cuss a lot.
relate. Like this is why I want a round table of just some
Yeah.
like let's just this is what I want. Let's just talk it out all the time. So yes. Anyway, so back to my spiel. So yeah, July 4th, everything's supposed to be deleted, but what I've downloaded, saved to YouTube. So please share even that. If
And that's on silent.
the next thing I want to throw out there, because I almost forgot again today, these little shoes right here. Let me just show you these. So Harp's Harvest hats. Because I was going to do this. Let me walk over my bare feet to show you. Look how freaking cute these little, what do you call these? Clogs, slip-ons? I don't know what they are. She burns patterns. Like, oh my gosh. And freaking sunflowers. Like, how amazing is that? So,
What about your bracelet? Show the bracelet.
oh yes. And so anyways, she's on Etsy. What I say, Harp's Harvest hats. She's on Etsy. Look her
And
up.
she goes to Magpie
She
Market.
also, of course, does hats, therefore. So, another thing, so, I've been pushing the whole lovely let them and let me. So I've shared it on Facebook, but I don't know if you guys can really see. But they're cute little bracelets. They're simple, nothing, fancy. But they are nice reminders. So I do want a tattoo of this, but until then, it's a bracelet. So I am making these. If you are interested, please let me know. At this point in time, I'm doing
$8.
They say $8. I'm not good
because
at
they have beads and just have materials, and the minute that people start buying them, you have to replenish them.
and that's true. But I enjoy it, so it's hard for me to
At the same
do
price.
that.
But you have to pay for materials.
She's like, you raised the price on me.
She's like, I'll take one now. I'm just kidding.
But then my daughter, she's like, Mom, you still making bracelets? And I'm like, yes. And I was like, you need to let them, because I used to make jewelry a long time ago. And so then she's like, well, sort of. And I was like, what? She's like, I want a bracelet made that's for Psalms
23?
Yes. That it's always, do you know that, I'm awful about trying to remember what all, but it's always, he's always with you, he's protecting you. I suck at this.
I normally would be able to say I have no idea right now.
Yeah.
I don't even remember why I liked it. We just talked about it last night.
No,
Yeah.
it's because there's a
There's
new
the
song
called
out.
Psalm 23.
Cause I can't go to my phone and look at it, and I put my computer down there, so.
Yeah.
But that's what I was like, ooh, and I saw these cute little bracelets, so now I've ordered more beads and some different ones, so I can make her, those bracelets, and I'll share those too, but yeah. Disclaimer, we do not own the music rights.
No, we do
Is that
not.
how that, disclaimer, we don't own music rights to the music that's being played, whatever, I don't know, so don't.
anxiety.
I'm gonna sing.
Psalm 23. So just say it to yourself till you believe it.
I hope it doesn't kick
The
us
Lord
off.
is in
Don't kick us off.
That's just
Because of the music.
If it does, it's all your fault, Jodi.
Okay.
He's my shepherd. I shall not want. He leads me.
That's the scripture. There you go. So that's the bracelet she wanted. And I was like, oh, I'll order more beads. And she's like, oh, don't do that. I'm like, no, because I think that'll be another good one.
So would that music like really will it kick off your video?
Yeah, so whenever we play music in the beginning, which I'll have to put a disclaimer that I don't own the music rights to any.
Or it takes it off.
Yeah.
The whole video? Or
Or
just maybe
that, or just like it just silence it.
Oh,
So
okay.
luckily we got the majority of the show in case, or whatever this is.
Yeah. No, this is just friends talking.
So I also do. So this is shaded
Oh,
design.
yeah.
Is that what it is? So little stickers that they made for me, and they like freaking stick. Let me
They
tell
are
you.
good ones,
So
yes,
they
they
are
do.
on
I
my
have one on my
car
car.
right now. So if you have any interest in those, let me know. I would love to see those on other cars, not just mine. But if not, that's okay too.
I'm going for $30.
So anyway, okay. So before we leave, even though I read it in the very beginning, I want to read it one more time because this is how I like to end. So first of all, thank you for
Thank you.
coming. It's always a pleasure. Thank you, Dominique, for showing
Dominique.
up. The last 5 minutes. Way to support. What kind of
Happy
friend are
anniversary.
you? What kind of friend are you? I'm just kidding. So again, Pastor Matt Brown. You go nowhere by coincidence or accident. And this is another thing. When I had Jill on here, Squirrel, when Jill was on here a couple weeks ago and we were finishing up and I was looking at her and reading it to her and she's like, I did so good holding back my tears and then you read that to me, because she struggles too, right?
Yeah.
She's struggling with just finding the right church and, not for sure what her purpose is or whatever. And I can see what her purpose is.
Yeah.
And I think she knows. But anyways, I read this to her. She just she's like, wait, make me cry. But anyways, you go nowhere by coincidence or accident. Where you are going, God is sending you.
Mm-hmm.
And where you are, He has placed you. God has a purpose for your life, right where you are. Christ Jesus, who indwells you, has something that He wants to do in and through your life, right where you are. So believe this, as Matt would say. Pop! if you go to church, you would know that. Believe this. Go in His love, in His grace, and in His power.
Amen.
Amen. So, also to throw out there, remember, invest in yourself. So we talked about the whole Let Them theory book. We talked about the 5-second rule. We talked about
Keep the peace in your heart.
Yes.
Be
Anything and
nice.
everything.
Be nice
So
to people.
thank you. I don't even know how long we
Have
were
a
on
good day.
here, but sorry if we kept it too long.
Come to church with us.
Yes. Carterville First Christian.
Carterville First Christian.
In Carterville. I don't know the address.
Yeah. We went once.
Behind
Farm
Farm
Fresh. It's behind Farm Fresh.
Yes. So, bye-bye.